Good morning. Okay, so I don't know if I can see. There you go, Dawn. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. So I didn't know if I'm on my phone. Y'all know how I am when I'm on my phone. Didn't know if anybody could see me, and I got it up in a crazy position this morning. So, hello, how are you doing this morning? Good morning, Karen. Hello, BMW Coupe. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Mamaw, good morning. Hello, Heather. West End, Ohio, Stephanie. Good morning, good morning. Fine Sebastian. Hello. Hi, Nala, Vicky. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Leslie, keep it real. Daily Tab, good morning. I hope you're doing well, honey. Love you, love you. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. I would say this beautiful day, I'm a little bit chilly. I got a sheet around me right now. Closer to you, Donna. Hello, Terry Parker. Good morning. Show Poodles. Good morning. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Sonia Allen. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing good. What is this? April 16th, 2025. Hello, hello. Y'all are going to be looking through some bars this morning. Not jail bars, just bars. Just balcony bars. Balcony bars. I was going to stand up and do it, but it was so cold and the wind was blowing, and I got this little table out here and I set my butt down. Hey, Melanie, Kathleen, Miss Magoo, Tanya, always late guidance. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I took my eyes off of it for a minute. I know y'all are not going to give me a hard time because nobody wants no attention this morning. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I think we had enough attention on these streets here lately in the last 24 hours, don't y'all? Mm-mm-mm. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yep. We had enough attention in the last 24 hours. How about this attention? Good morning, Dina. Good morning. Oh, now my ear is popping. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. Mm-mm. So, it's so good to see y'all. Tina Davis. Everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so, let me get a drink of this coffee. Actually, I got Starbucks this morning. Princess, hello. Good morning, beautiful. Yeah, y'all tap that like button. Tap that like. Somebody last night said, I think it was M. Blanc, said, I can't wait to get your thoughts on this, Smiley. I didn't know if I was going to be able to wait till this morning. But evidently I was, because I fell asleep again. Oh, my goodness. Well, I got some thoughts on it, let me tell you. I wish I had my computer here so I could play some of the stuff, but I didn't bring my computer this time. SRK9, hello, good morning, my wrench, hello, hello, hello. I don't think there's no need in playing it and going over it. Everybody knows what is going on. It was just cruel and disgusting, wasn't it? Just cruel and disgusting. Lord, my ear is popping this morning. Sorry, y'all. Hello, Common Sense, good morning. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Heather. Yeah, you best keep yours to yourself. I probably best keep mine to myself, but I'm not going to. I am not going to, honey. I am not going to. Mm-mm. No way, no how, no ma'am. No, what does Justin say? No ma'am, no ham. Yeah, okay. So that is another thing. We're going to be using this word vile, V-I-L-E, a lot. Listen, they want to be calling people Val. I see my name all over the internet with Val. She's so Val. Not, she's so vain. I bet you think this song is about you, don't you? Hey, Matthew, Jersey, everybody coming in. Not vain, because Chris is damn vain. But we talking Val, honey. V-I-L-E. Let me tell y'all something. Smiley is far from Val, y'all. Smiley is far from Val. But I tell you who is Val, V-I-L-E. That would be Mr. Christopher Proudfoot. And I ain't giving him no nicknames, honey. It is Christopher Proudfoot. He is vile and disgusting. Okay? To say the things that he said, was just so cruel, disgusting, and demeaning to any person on this earth. It was just total. Yeah, we're going to start calling him Christopher Vilefoot. You know, nobody deserved that. Good morning, Frank. Hello, how are you? Nobody deserved that. Nobody. And I don't care which side you proclaim to be on, and you sitting up there and agreeing with it, that makes you just as vile, right? Yep, vulgar. Gina, hello. Steve Fisher wrote the... Yeah, I know, I heard. We're going to get to that in just a minute, too. Lord have mercy. We're going to get to that, too. We're going to get to it. Yeah, and that's right, Tina. When your wife's, you proclaim to love, your wife's child is missing. But to another woman, and I tell you this, yeah, he does have the devil in him. And I tell you this, I will say this. In my opinion, Nina needs to get a hold of that and take that to her attorney, take it to her judge. There's no little girl that needs to be around that period. Already one child missing, and again, I always said, well, one court don't have to do with another court, and that case don't have to do with this case, but I'm telling you what, absolutely the way he showed his vileness and his stuff, degrading to not only a woman, not only to because it came out yesterday, but not only to a woman, but to a child, a missing child's mother, and no shade, but to a elderly person, which was dog at night, and so on and so on. Nina needs to get that video and take that to whoever and whatever and however she can to make sure that that little girl never sees the lights of Tennessee or Chris again. Period. Everything come out yesterday. So there's so much going on, unfortunately, and it's not about Sebastian. Well, it is, but it's not, and it's nothing good. As usual, for those that don't know, Chris Proudfoot, he thinks he's so proud. Chris Proudfoot, he don't live up to his name, does he? He had to do the most disgusting, vile thing ever to a woman, of course. And no wonder he has 5 damn wives, and he can't keep any of them. And he had to even lower himself while being married, I might add, to freaking dating sites. And we all know that, not because of the woman that allegedly come out on Justin's, but we knew he was on dating sites when this case very, very first, because it was on his Facebook post and stuff. That's his business and his wife's business if that's what they do. But, something's wrong there when you have 5 wives and then you have to still go on dating sites. Something's wrong with you, not your wives. I'm just saying. And then it makes you have to stop. It makes you have to stop and think back you know, knowing everything that you know now, it makes you have to stop and think back, and it becomes way more believable. Not that it wasn't believable before, but it makes you have to stop and you have to think, okay, how he sounds today on panel, and then all the things, thinking back to Web Sleuths with the PI Heather, and then thinking about what he said about Chloe. Y'all remember all that? And the threats he made about if Seth tells Bobby, and if Bobby tells Seth, or whatever, you know, Seth would never open his mouth again. And that come out of his own mouth. And then it makes you go back to the PI about Heather, you know, all that stuff he said to her about Chloe, you know. It just makes you cringe, you know. He has no problem, I bet you, putting his hands on any woman. It makes you think back to Rachel. Remember, when I was interviewing him, everybody wanted to know about Rachel. Well, I come to find out about Rachel right after my interview. And Chris can prove otherwise. But let me tell you something. He left that woman for dead in a pool of blood. Oh, we'll say allegedly. But let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead with it, okay? Prove it not true, Chris. How about that? Prove it not true. Prove it not true. Prove it not true. It makes you go all the way back to that. It makes you go all the way back to that. Right? Right? Sure does. Good morning, Tammy T, and everybody coming in. Good morning, everybody coming in. You know, it makes you really open your eyes to the type of person Chris Proudfoot is, and exactly what Sebastian. Hey, Garrett. No, sir. It is over here. I am in Mississippi. Mississippi. Not Chris's side of Mississippi, though. So, no. Thank you, Raymond Thomas. Thank you for the gift. If somebody got a gift, please. I'm doing good. I had to get a few days away. Excuse me. If somebody got that gift, please thank Raymond. Please thank Raymond. But it makes you think of what Sebastian had to go through. Good morning, little orange man. Good morning. Yeah, this is when the rubber meets the road. Absolutely. So it makes you think what Sebastian had to go through. It really, really does. It made me have to really stop and think. We knew Sebastian had it bad. We knew from Chris's own words and out of his own mouth. Out of his own mouth. He likes to be in control. He likes to be in charge. And, you know, if he talked to Sebastian like this, and I feel he did now, I can't even imagine seeing little Sebastian probably balled up in a corner somewhere. You know, I hate to think of it. No wonder Sebastian was scared to tell people, including his dad. That's just what I'm thinking. You know, that's just what I'm thinking. I think it's a whole lot worse than what we even perceived it to be. I think that it was a whole lot worse. Y'all wanted to know what I think? This is what I think, and this is in my opinions, and I am entitled to those. Chris don't like it? Well, that's just going to be too damn bad. That's going to be too damn bad. You know, this shows, in my opinion, who Chris really is, and I hope law enforcement working on this case saw this video as well. If not, well, maybe I can take care of that for them today. But you better believe when somebody shows you who they are, you need to believe them. Believe them. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. See, Chris wants the public to think he's everything he's not. That's what he wants. He wants the public to think he's this. Well, first he wants to come off as this Mr. Nice Guy. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. All this shit that he learned in the military. He's a narcissist son of a bitch who wants control over everything and everybody. That's what he is. Mostly children and women or disabled people or elderly people, whoever he can abuse. That's what he wants. He don't want anybody that can stand up to him or will stand up to him. You know, he don't want no part of that. I was eating yesterday, and I was listening to some of that video that somebody sent and said, oh, this needs attention. And it was showing him going off. I had to stop it in the middle of it and laugh when he started going off on Dog at night. For whatever reason, he started going off on him. And he said he's going to knock my door down, kick my door. Well, I'm still waiting. Oh, this macho man, he wants y'all to believe he is. I'm still waiting. And I just happened to be in Bubba Gump's eating. And it said, run, Forrest, run. I made a little short. And I had to laugh. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And I said, you know what's so funny though? He might or he might not kick your door in. I don't even think that's what was said. But you know what would be funny, Mr. Chris? It would be funny, or maybe it wouldn't be so funny if Dog's boys come up there and kick your door in, or Dog's boys come up there and kicked your fucking ass. That wouldn't be so damn funny though, would it? I bet he wouldn't be talking to them boys like that. How about that? How about that? Because them boys are about your age. I bet they would kick your ass. Huh. I bet them boys wouldn't let you be talking about their daddy like that. How about that? How about that? Get in the real world, son. How about that? Get in the real world. Huh? Huh? Get in the real world. How about that? Good morning, Richard and everybody coming in, and Sonia and everybody. Now, right now, Chris is up there in court probably fighting Betty because he's so scared of her, little Betty. Oh, and if them billboards get to... Well, let's talk about the billboards. The billboards seem to have really rattled his fucking nerves and his cages. And Miss Katie Mays. Good morning, Teresa. Really rattled him. They want it took down. I heard they got one of them took down last night. I heard they got one took down last night. I was like, boy, ain't this some shit. Well, well, why are the billboards rattling you? Is it the sayings on the billboard? Is it the sayings on the billboard? What is it about the billboards? Well, we already know, honey, that you don't want Sebastian found. We already know that. You nor his mama. We already know. It didn't matter if it had sands on it or not. I strongly believe that. You wanted to stop the vigil at the very beginning. You didn't want them filming your house. You ain't been to one damn vigil. You was out buying bikes and, even Katie lied. Y'all are such liars. Such liars. Leaving the house, living your best life, making threats on the ground, threats behind the computer, following people, tearing down flyers, all the things. Because you know where Sebastian is, don't you? You sure do. You sure do. But listen, hey, take them all down. Betty said, quote, she said, make no mistake, if at night takes down the billboards, she's putting them all back up, quote. And then she said, she may even put other people's photos on those billboards. Well, I expect no less from Miss Betty. I expect no less from her. Hell, she's put more time and attention into trying to find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers than his own mother has. I ain't even gonna count the stepfather. The stepfather is just irrelevant at this point. But, that's the damn, when you're the mama, the mama should be willing to go to jail or lay down her life for her son. Well, literally, Bullhorn Betty, literally, she has accepted she may go to jail, and will go to jail. Lord. So I expect no less from her. It is, Garrett. Yes, it is. And kudos to her, actually. Kudos. Yeah, someone said they already got one taken down. But, that ought to be the first clue to the police, in my opinion. Yeah. So, my question is about that. My question is, should every one of you should be, and every one of your questions should be, why the mom and the stepdad have a problem with the billboards being up of Sebastian, period. Number one, they don't want him found. They didn't want him found from day one. They didn't want vigils. They stopped a vigil, again, like I said, in front of their house. They can come up with all the excuses that they want. In my opinion, all they've done is joked and mocked and threatened and done the opposite of anything that any parent of a missing kid should do. They've left their home, they've done all the crazy things. I even got word yesterday, y'all listen to this. I even got word yesterday that Katie liked to frequent casinos. At first, I was reading it, and I was like, what? I didn't tell nobody I was here. I told one of my mods, but I was like, what? At first, I thought, I'm telling y'all now, but I was like, what? I was like, hold on a minute. What are they talking about? And then they were talking about putting these flyers and stuff, and I was like, hold on. Is somebody following me? I was like, freaking out. I was like, what? You'd had to see the email or the message. But no, that ain't what they were talking about. I questioned them. What they were talking about is they were telling me that Katie likes to frequent casinos. And also, she likes to gamble in Kentucky. And then I told her that makes sense because, you know, I have family and stuff that goes up through Kentucky and also goes up there and gambles. And, you know, they were telling me that she does that all the time. And the Ellie and stuff can even pull the you know, where she'd be on video and stuff. Yeah, the gambling hall and stuff like that. And they were talking about people need to put flyers out in there and stuff, so she has to see, and billboards and stuff like that. And so she's living her best life. She's living her best life. She's going and gambling, and she's doing all these things that you know, it makes me want to puke. It should make a normal person want to puke, because she's doing all of these things, living her best life, that she don't have Sebastian now, and she can do whatever in the hell she wants to do. And, you know, although if your kid died in a car wreck, or you don't have your kid, or, you know, something like that, and you knew where your kid was, and you had a regular funeral or something like that, and I'm just going to be blunt about it, yes, life goes on. Yes, you live your life. Yes, you're allowed to smile. Yes, you're allowed to do these things. Okay? But that ain't what Katie's saying. Supposedly she has a missing child, allegedly. But she's going on and doing these things. Okay? So, she's a shitty fucking person, if you ask me. And I don't care what nobody says. She knows where her child is. She knows what happened to him. And it's time that she told. But Ellie's not stupid. Ellie's not stupid. They're mighty slow, in my opinion, but they're not stupid. You know, they're not stupid. Now, what Chris did yesterday, coming out of left field, he showed how vile he was. And the things he said to Brittany J, you should say to nobody. And believe you me, I don't think that girl would F you with your mama's D-I-C-K. Now, what you said about Seth and bringing Seth into it, you got what you deserved last night from Seth. So people, you're bringing Seth's private parts into it. You're bringing Seth's private parts into it. In this, Chris and Seth has done nothing except keep quiet and calm and reserved. And I am glad he went off on you. I am glad. I think it was a long time coming. Actually, I think he should have went off more than what he did. But he did good. Now you got that other side sitting over there going, oh, I seen it this morning in some of the, I didn't listen to them, but I seen some of the things going, oh, Seth went off and went crazy on Chris. Seth went off. No, Chris started it. Chris started it. Chris brought his name up, and Chris said vulgar things about Seth, and Chris said vulgar things about Brittany J, which he had no business doing. What happened? What happened? That's what Justin kept asking in his chat last night. What happened? Well, I'll tell you one thing that happened, and I don't give a damn to say it on here either. Like somebody said, Lynn went live yesterday. Lynn went live yesterday and started her shit again. The flip-flopper. I don't care if nobody likes that or not, or she likes it or not. So, let's back up here a minute. Last time court started, all this started at court between her and Chris, right? And then Terry started acting shady, right? Again, right? Okay? And then the billboards and all that set Chris off, in my opinion. And then, so was it Terry Lynn, and then was it Chris and all that come up? I don't know. Was it a mixture of both? I don't know. So, it's just nuts. It's nuts. But I'm telling you, they're all working together. And nobody, by the way, Terry Lynn, nobody gives a damn if you signed, or nobody else gives a damn if nobody signs an NDA, whether it be on that side, this side, or whoever's side. Nobody cares if nobody signs an NDA. Okay? Nobody. That's your own personal choice. I'm not signing one, but nobody cares. But the problem is, how are you going to sign an NDA and then you're going to get up on the other side and do what you do? You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that, for number one. And then you're going to threaten Justin? Bitch, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. You're wrong. And Chris, you're going to talk about a parenting plan? A parenting plan? Huh. Well, a parenting plan, I hate to tell you, is not, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. A parenting plan is irrelevant. Whether you have one in California, whether you have one in Tennessee, produce Sebastian, and then maybe you and Seth can talk about this parenting plan, one's going against the other. How about that? You're talking about alienation. I can tell you all about the alienation, okay? Okay? That's somewhere you don't want to go with me. But until you produce Sebastian, or Sebastian shows up, that parenting plan is null and void, bitch. You're acting stupid. So, stop it. Stop it. Where is Sebastian? Katie was the last one seen with him. She allowed you to give yourself an alibi, which nobody believes. Nobody. Only those that are drinking your Kool-Aid and you're spending your money, or your mama's money. But where is Sebastian? Free your load, turn yourself in, because we know that you know where Sebastian is. That's my opinion, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I think it's at 9 o'clock, Tori. That's it. They're panicking. They're falling apart. They're panicking. And in my opinion, let them keep panicking. Let them keep talking and showing what they are, though. Let them keep doing that. And I am too. I'm so glad Seth has voiced his opinion. Make no mistake about it, Chris. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is Seth Rogers' son. Seth's, not yours. He's Seth's son. And soon, we all know you and Katie is not going to be together, if you're even together right now. He's Seth's son. And you don't control this narrative. And one day, Ellie is going to come separate y'all. And you're going to have no control over anything. And all these reviews and trolls in here that's getting held, keep on. Because I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what you have to say. And every time y'all make something about me, just know you get blocked. I'm speaking the truth. And it's my truth. And I'm going to keep on doing it. I'm not going anywhere. I stand with Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, Rogers. I stand for what's right. And what Chris did was wrong. What Chris did was wrong. What he did on Brittany J was wrong. What he's doing, matter of fact, on Bullhorn Betty is wrong. And he ain't scared and has proved it time and time again of Bullhorn Betty. He is not scared of them. But he needs to be scared of them handcuffs. That's what he needs to be scared of. Now I'm done. I'm going to go finish my day out. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to continue with what I'm doing. God bless Betty. May she have a good day in court. And if she don't, I'm sure she has a plan. I know she don't regret anything she's done to help support Seth and Sebastian. Mama, thank you for the $2 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I love y'all, and thank you for being here. Continue to support Sebastian. Continue to put them flyers out. I support Brittany. I support everybody that is doing the right thing. And Chris, you are vile. And I hope Nina gets a hold of this tape. And I hope Faith does not get down here. It is a risk. If you ask me, it is a risk. It's already a risk, but it is a bigger risk now. You have shown your true colors, Mr. Chris. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. If anybody has any information about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Y'all know the rest of the numbers. Y'all have a great day. Love you. See you later. Bye.